Howdy folks and welcome back to 50 Nautical Mile Arc. We're going to do the second leg of 3 in our west of Vancouver subscriber request, where we started at Kelowna in Canada. We're heading south to the border and then west of Vancouver via the river. And this is our second leg out of 3. Our first leg ended in disaster due to a aircraft modeling mishap, but that's okay. We got a new aircraft and we were able to walk the remaining 100 yards to the runway, and here we are ready for the second leg. Clear weather, but real world weather still turned off because it's 16 knot winds with gusts of 21 at the surface here and our destination. So I don't feel like fighting that kind of wind, so we are just going to go clear skies, which it is clear skies in real world as well, but no wind, unfortunately. I guess I could set up some better wind, but we'll just take it like this. I'm just admiring these mountains. So where are we? If you missed the first leg, I recommend you go back and watch it. But if you jump to this leg, we are in Orville, Washington, right on the Canadian border. The Canadian border is right off there in the distance. And we're going to fly north-northwest to Hope, which is back in Canada. I have a very, very good friend who is named Hope. And that was kind of interesting that somebody mentioned going west. I'm like, hey, I'm going to fly over to Hope. We have to stop in Hope. And that's what we're going to do. Now, what's different about this video and what's different about these 3 videos compared to most is I'm keeping in as much as the sightseeing material as I can without editing it out. The only editing I'm doing is if I stumble over my words or I say something stupid or incorrect. The footage of the flight itself for sightseeing time is remaining mostly intact. The subscriber requested to see a lot of sightseeing on the way, and that's what we're doing, which is one reason why we split it up into 3. And also just do something different. So instead of having a minute or 2 of sightseeing, most of this video will be sightseeing. So just letting you know, and the third leg will be the same thing. First leg was in the Beaver, this is in the Twin Otter, and the third leg maybe in the Turbo Aero, might be in the Coronado B1900D, we'll see. But that is what we're doing. Of course, if you're watching all 3 legs, I just repeated myself for 3 minutes, but that's okay. Welcome anyway. Let's get this thing going. We've flown this before. This is the RWDesign DHC6-300 Twin Otter version 2. This is the regular version, so our lights back here work. In the ski version and the regular version they work. In the floats version they don't. I will let Rob know probably after I'm done making this video, to be honest. I've just been trying to figure out what was wrong, and it's just one of the 3 aircraft that those lights don't work. So this one they do. Just thought I'd mention that because in other videos I have said that they don't work sometimes, but I figured it out. Alright, so parking brake set, which we can't see. Yes, we can. Alright, parking brake is set. What do we need to do? We need to do fuel and payload, which is in our little door. Where is our weight balance? There we go. Now I always screw this up. I always tip the plane over. Oh, there's no fuel in here. Yes, there is. Here we go. So right now the fuel is equal, but if you start putting people in, we will tip over. So let's see. Not many people today. Let's do one more. Let's do a little bit of luggage, and we're going to tip backwards. See? So what we have to do is go to fuel and give the front a lot more fuel and take some fuel out of the back, and that'll balance it out better. But now our fuel is all strange. So now what happens is we have to be mindful down here of what switch we use and where we're going to get the fuel from. So I don't know, just some interesting little quirk that I've been dealing with this aircraft. But anyway, our people are on board now. Not too many people. Our fuel has the plane balanced. In my cold and dark video, we tipped the plane over. If you want a good laugh, just maybe did. I haven't done it since. I just tipped it over now, but I don't leave it that way. Alrighty. So anyway, back to the front. So I'm not sure where that came from, but let's keep going. To remove this control lock, you click down here, and then a battery switch. Where's my battery switch? Oh, move it to battery. There we go. DC master on. There we go. Remove the GPU. Now I like to come outside because then we can see it, although my preset always goes to the wrong side. And I forgot. Can I click on the little black book from here? No, I can't. Now I have to do that again. Click on the black book, jump outside, spin around, move the black book, and we'll close the baggage doors and remove the GPU all in one go. Is that even on my checklist? Yes, it is. Okay, so let's see. Let's close that up. What is next? Some lights, position, anti-collision, this thing. If somebody can tell me what this is, please, because I've Googled it. I've looked in the documentation. I just know that people turn it on now. Actually, on's this up. It was already on. Let's turn the strobes on. I don't even know what it is. Flight comp fans that keep the flight comp tumps from blowing up and overheating. I really have no idea. This too, flight comped lighting, flight comped. What is that? Let me know. Like I said, I've Googled it. I can't find anything. So, alrighty, let me see here. I'm distracted. Strobes are on now. Flight comped is already on. Anti-collision and position is on. Arm the emergency lights. Apparently you go up to go down. I really don't understand this. I heard it click and then there's one. There we go. That was a lot of work. Okay. GPS powered. We're not going to use it. GPS turned on already. Okay, well, let's turn these things on. I think you just click here. Click here. Click here. Click here. There we go. We're not going to use that, but there it is. All right, radio. Already did that. Flight plan. Okay. Our flight plan, we are going old school today, which I have never done. We're going to kind of do some slant alpha stuff. So let me get rid of this. Is this on the say? Okay, hang on. I got to get right in the exact spot. Or is it click on this one? Oh, it's click on this one. All right. So we're not really going to have a flight plan in there. We are going to do... Take out a piece of paper. We're going to fly to a VOR, the Princeton VOR. We're going to fly out of the VOR. And they're going to fly to the Hope NDB. And then we'll find the airport from there along the river and land visually. I wrote down the name of the river, and I can't read my own Fraser River. So then the next leg, the final leg, which is the next video, we will take the Fraser River all the way to Vancouver. That is what the subscriber request was to follow the river, and that's what we're going to do. But first things first, we got to get to Hope first. It is so funny seeing Hope when that's my good friend. Just hilarious to say that. Okay, anyway. All right, let's see what we're going to do here. Why am I distracted here? Because I haven't done slant alpha in this thing before. These are our two nav radios. I want to tune them both because I don't know which one is which over here. Because I haven't used them in a very long time. I do GPS normally in this thing. So the Princeton VOR is 113.9er. So if I go like this, okay, I'm just going to go through. There's the 9er part. How do I get to the 113 part? Oh, that's very nice. 113.9er. Nice, we're picking up already, as I expect we would. I guess that means I can see which one it is then. There's going to be the skinny one, of course, as expected. Good. All right, let's just use the one now they know what I'm doing. We are going to approach it at 285. Okay, so there's... Oh my gosh, 260. That's 270. All right. Let me zoom this in. I only have a 24-inch monitor. Where did my... That thing change. Okay, so there's 280. There's 284. Can I go one click out of this? Just one click out of that. There's like 5 clicks. Come on. 285. Good enough. That's what we're going to do. 285 inbound. 254 outbound. Let me get my ADF set up too because I haven't used that. I don't want to be struggling. So ADF is here. And what do we want? 245 is the ADF. Okay, so there, no, okay, that's going to tell me which one I'm changing. Okay, so this goes around to 2, and that'll move it to this one. We want to go down to 5, and this over to 4. Well, that's easy. Sometimes you don't know. You know, sometimes click spots can change based on the developer, and the way this interacts when it doesn't pop out can change with the developer, and it's a little different every time. But this is easy. I like this. Kind of wish I did mouse wheel, but this is nice. The arrow's changing direction, so you know what the heck you're doing. Yeah, that's awesome. I like that. I'm happy with that. Okay, so ADF though. There you go. ADF 245. I did it wrong because I was looking at my outbound radio. There. ADF 2, 4, 5. And then we'll go visual from there. Piece of cake. Are we going to use autopilot? Probably. I would think. I think we have to go higher than 8,000 though. I think the mountains around here like 6 or 7, so we'll see. Anyway, that is it. Slant alpha in this thing. Simple slant alpha though, not hard. We would just use nav on autopilot, because that's set to V-lock, not GPS. See how that changed down here? Boom, boom. It all couples together. In fact, yeah, that should change up there, and it did. Yeah, I could have changed it in the GPS, I guess. That's nav 1, that's nav 1. That's nav 2. See? Whatever. Let's see here. Where are we? Barometer, altimeter doesn't matter because we don't have weather turned on, so 29 or 9 or 2 it is. Test the caution lights next. You go up to test, and you come down here. They shall turn on, and they do. Hopefully you don't see any of those. Sometimes you do. So let's go down to dim. They should go out. And except for the stuff we need to do, they're still on. Good. All right. Close the doors. Close baggage, passenger, and cockpit doors. Where's the click spot? There's a click spot here somewhere. You got to nail it just right. No, this one. Oh, there it is. Oh, I just saw you. There you go. So that means I really... No, I guess that preset will still work. Of course, that's backwards. I just can find it. Those doors are closed. Now, where is my door up front? Not that one. Here it is. There's my door. Doors unlock. Go out. It did. What's next? Fuel boost. Oh, I guess we're ready to start this engine. Fuel boost. Turn them on. Looks like off, but it's not. It's on. Now, we're going to keep that normal for now because we have fuel in both tanks. But once this starts getting screwy, we have to change this around because of our weight thing. Pretty crazy. I have to do some more research on that. I know I promised you in the last time I used this aircraft I'd do research, and I haven't yet, but that's okay. Okay, let's get this thing started. Fuel levels forward, throttles a quarter forward, both engine igniters overhead, which people in the comments are telling me up is on, so for some reason they're already on when you start the sim. So we're going to do that. Flick engine start to start the left engine. And it should start this time. I had problems before because of the weight and fuel thing, but it should start. It should start just fine. Yeah, we got prop RPM. Oh yeah, we're good. Come outside if you don't believe me. But you can't pop outside in real life. I guess you can look out the window. I have a set for that. There you go. Alright, good. Other side. I guess you just flick it and stays. Good. Piece of cake. Never preset for that. Well, I can see the shadow. Alright, there we go. Repeat for other engine. Generators. Generators on. Reset. And then on. Reset. And then on. Engine igniters off now. So I guess that would be down. Ear bleed on. Both it says. There we go. Down is on up here. Off is up there. Down is up is down. It's just whatever. Temperature control. Does mouse wheel work? Yes. Mouse wheel does work in this version, by the way. Turn on our light because we can. Turn it off because we can. Let's warm it up a little bit. Let's do an auto on the temp. And hold. Because I can. De-icer on? Sure. Prop de-ice, why not? De-icer boots, auto. Slow, off. Okay, let's just do that. Pitot heat, where's that? Right in the middle, I think. There it is. Make sure warnings and cautions are out. They are. Good. I shouldn't be surprised, but I am. Things have been going kind of strangely for me lately. Taxi lights are on. Props forward as needed. I think you just put them forward in this. I don't see like a taxi thing. No, there would be a taxi, wouldn't there? Yeah, let's bring those things back. I love that the sounds change in this version with the props. In the first version, they didn't change. They just went away. All right. We are ready to taxi out. Oh, we're on the runway. How did I forget? We're going to go flaps 10 to take off. Props forward. Now, something we have to do is I like to test my reversers because for some reason in this aircraft, my reversers don't always work. So what I'm going to do is take the parking brake off. Just going to roll. I'm going to test reversers. And they work today, which is great. Good. Because they don't always work for me for some reason. So today they work. We're going to need them. Flaps 10, general entrance lights will come off. Now everybody should be buckled in and ready to go. We boarded on the runway. Very unconventional. Taxi lights off and landing lights turned on. There we go. Start the clock. That's just chronometer. Holy moly. Let's start that thing. There we go. 1 second, 2 second, 3 second. Props forward, and they are. Takeoff speed 70 knots. Use IAS on the autopilot to hold climb speed. That's what my notes say. There it is. There's nav. I'm not going to touch it because I think in this, as soon as you touch it, it engages. It's not like the Coronado, the Beechcraft, where you can set it all up and then just engage autopilot. I think as soon as you touch one of those, you're engaged. So you got to be ready to go. So here we go. Parking brake off. Let's get this thing forward here. Feel it torque. Listen to those awesome sounds. We're going to bounce around nicely here. This is STOL, but we're only using 10 flaps. So, and I just spool up first. So we're going to use a little bit more runway than we really need to. Take off, what I say, 80 knots or something? I can't remember. Here we go. Oh, yes. Let's hop outside a second. Brakes to stop those wheels. Nice. In, flaps up. Beautiful. We are just going to climb. Why did I write IAS hold for climb, but I didn't write what the climb is? IAS hold, see it engages. Whoa. Yeah, see, I don't like this. Why is it slowing us down? Oh, now it's going to come down. Did it automatically go to 80 knots or something? Does it automatically go to the ideal climb speed? Because I was clearly at 95 knots when I engaged that, and it slowed us down. And, oh, now it's coming back. Anyway, we're about to cross our VOR already, so let's hit nav, and it should turn us, because I've got this set to V-lock, and we're tuned in. So let's see if it turns us. There it goes. Whoa, okay, nice. There we go. So, no gear to worry about. Flaps already in. Oh, now it's at the 95. That was really interesting. I engaged it, and it took forever to do what I wanted it to do. Anyway, what should we do for altitude? Let's go up a little bit more than this. Let's go up to like 10. Like so. And then where's alt? No, alt alert. Right? Because if I do alt on here, it's instant alt wherever we are. Alt alert should go up to here if I remember. It's been a while. It's like two autopilots. You got this autopilot like you have in the Beaver. And then you got this extra thing over here. Alright, awesome. That is so beautiful. Okay, so do I have an after takeoff checklist? No, other than use the wheels and hold your with IS to climb. Alright, we're going to climb to 10 grand. What are we at now? 3? Yeah, we're going to clear these mountains, no problem. I'm going to keep landing lights on the whole time, I think. We're just going to follow in the VOR. I'll look at the map a little bit, the GPS a little bit. Estimated time, negative 214,000 something. Anyway. I think we're set. I think so. IS is actually working. Alt alert is working because we're climbing. Good. Do not worry about engine management. You can run this thing wide open if you want. It will not start on fire. Or you can look up the real performance specs and turn down your props and engine to what it should be in real life, which I'll look that up someday. I just want to, skedaddle. Let's run this thing through spaces and just get there. Boys, that's it. I'm going to keep landing lights on. No barometer to worry about. Visual landing, I cannot find an instrument approach. So, I'm kind of nervous, though. It's in a valley on a river. If we miss, I don't know what we're going to do. I didn't print out any plates. But we're just going to keep chasing this VOR. We're going to chase it in, run away from it, and then we're going to chase the NDB or the ADF and go over the town of Hope to land on the river. So there we go. Time for some sightseeing already. I don't have any stories or anything like I usually do, but yep, no stories at all. So we're just going to do some sightseeing. I'm going to keep in as much sightseeing footage as I possibly can, and I will catch you when I have something interesting to say. Probably flip this VOR or something. All right, no rambling. Let's just have a good look outside, and I'll catch you in a bit. Alright, this scenery is just insane. I just cannot believe how amazing this looks. Even though it's a simulator, it looks so realistic, and wow. The subscriber who requested this really knew what they were asking for. This is incredible. So we're about to go over this VOR, and I'm going to have to change direction. So once we spin over it, which we'll know because the dial will spin around over there, we want to change it to 254 outbound. I'm also keeping an eye on our fuel. We're getting, well, not too low on the left one, but eventually we'll have to do both forward. Well, maybe not. We might have enough here. We'll have to see, but I'm keeping an eye on it just in case. Anyway, we're just hanging out waiting for the VOR to change, which it should soon because I see some activity on the dial here. There it goes. There it goes. We're about to flip. And we have station passage, so we want to do 254. Let me zoom in. We're going to go to... Oh, no. Okay, good. We can mouse wheel. 255, 254. How come I didn't realize I can mouse wheel before? Anyway, so there's 254 like that. We'll just follow that, and then I guess I could switch this to ADF to see if we can pick up the ADF yet. And it looks like we can. We're going to head right towards it, which is pretty much the plan. I don't know if that one works. I don't think this one works. I think the publisher said that. But there you go. VOR's behind us, and the ADF's in front of us. So I guess I will leave the HSI up to, wait a minute, how come that didn't, it says the track is to our left, how come it didn't track left, it just pointed right towards it, that's weird. Huh. Anyway, let's move the heading bug just in case we need it. Other way, please, there we go. Strange. Anyway, I'll leave the directional thingy on ADF so we know we're pointing towards it. I'll leave our HSI, oh, it's coming back, okay. I'll leave our HSI to nav or the VOR. We'll have this on ADF. They should line up because this is a published path. You know, this is a published airway. And we'll just keep it like this. We're at 10,000 feet. The airport at Hope is at sea level because the river runs out to the ocean. So I'm not sure what kind of descent we're going to need to do once we cross these mountains. I have a feeling, let's take out the binoculars here. Oops, I bumped something. I have a feeling right after those mountain peaks, it drops down to the river. And that's when we'll have to drop down. So we're at 10,000 feet. We'll need to drop down to sea level for landing. So, I guess we're going to find out together how this goes. It looks like this pathway is going to take us right between those mountain peaks. And then we might have to nosedive. I don't know the area. I didn't do a practice flight. I couldn't find a published approach. It's an air park. So to me, an air park means it's like a neighborhood with houses and then you just land. They have like a shared grass strip. That's what an air park is, at least here in Minnesota. That's what air parks are. I'm guessing it's going to be similar there. But we'll find out when we get there. So here goes round 2 of sightseeing. And I guess, well, I'll see you when we get there, when we have to come down. It's been 24 minutes flight time so far. And I guess I'll catch you when we have to descend. Okay, I see water up there. Let me take on the binoculars. And, oh, I see your airport, destination airport as well. Right with the farm next to it. There we go. So somehow we gotta get down there and descend literally 10,000 feet. But wow, that's amazingly beautiful. So I think we're going to crest over this mountain and then just dive down, I guess. We'll take it without autopilot because, well, I guess I can descend without autopilot. Just do IS hold and then let go of Alt and then just use the throttles to descend. I guess we could try that. That'd be more proper than just killing autopilot. But wow, that is something else. That is really something else. How's your fuel doing, by the way? Oh, plenty of fuel. Wow, that's amazing. I just don't know what to say. I mean, it looks so real. Alright, well, we need to switch the heading bug now anyway because we're just going to keep going this direction towards ADF. So let's switch this to heading, which will bring us to the left. Let's kill Alt. Let's bring back speed a little bit. Let's come down so we slow down a little bit. And then I'll do IS hold. What's my approach speed in this thing? 100 knots. Well, we don't want to slow down that much yet. Although maybe we should to buy us some time. What do you think? Yeah, let's slow down quite a bit to buy us some time. Bring back throttle, so we're staying level. And then now we're finally coming down. So I'm going to do IS right now. And that might bounce us around a little bit. But then I'll use throttles to descend. And I could set an MDA. What that does is if we get to a certain altitude, it'll kick an autopilot and level us off, even if autopilot is off. MDA is managed descent altitude, minimum descent altitude. Alright, bring back throttles so we descend steeper. We're going to still hold at 100 or so, it's at 95, but that'll level out. We got to come down a lot in a short amount of time. So by bringing back throttles, we descend more quickly. Alright, so let's see. Flaps 20. Landing lights are already on. Flaps 30. Touchdown to 75 knots. Boy, oh boy, this is going to be interesting. Let's have some looks outside while we can. That does still look amazing, though. Let's take a screenshot of that. Actually, let's screenshot that. Let's look around for a moment while we can. Yeah, we're just nosediving because we have to. I couldn't find a published instrument approach, so I don't know if maybe you circle out and you can only come in from the other way, but we'll make it. We're in the Twin Otter. We can do it. Not a problem. Let's see what our passengers get to see while their ears pop and they get a little nauseous from the steep descent. Anyway, let's bring back throttles even more, descend a little more steeply. That is so awesome. But anyway, we're just heading right there, left of the river. You see that little grass strip at the airpark? Well, it looks like there's enough room we could circle. Yeah, there's enough room there to circle if we have to. I don't want to, though. But let's see what we can do about this. Okay, I guess I could slow us down even more. So let's do that. Let's undo IS. Let's slow down even more if it'll let us. How's that going to work? Let's just kill auto. No, it's going to try to level us off, isn't it? Yes, it is. Let's just kill autopilot and let's just do this ourselves. Here we go. There we go. Now we have a nice slow descent. That way we can descend just as steeply, but slowing down a little bit will mean that we're not moving horizontally as quickly. We have a lot more time. Buy us a lot more time. So let's see what we're looking like. Oh yeah, right between the mountains, just as I planned. Awesome. For not knowing the area and not having an instrument approach, this isn't going too terribly. Gears already down, landing lights already on. Too early for flaps. Coming in a little hot, but that's okay. Well, plenty of time to slow down. We're at 105. Approach should be 100, but that's fine. I'm not going to get any pappy or anything, I don't think. I think we're just going to have to aim for that strip next to the road. I see a road. I don't see the grass. I see the road. So we'll aim for the road. And we'll go for it. If I have to circle, I will. But in fact, let's actually move over and follow this road. Alright, where are we at? We're at 2,600 feet. The airport is at sea level. Let's look around very, very quickly. Oh, that's amazing. But we got to do something quick, though, because we're going to run out of speed. Wow. That's insane. Just insane. Okay, we have a plane to fly. I'm way off. Let's get back here. Alright, first set of flaps to 10. A lot of throttle to keep us from dying down too much. We'll do flaps 30. We're at a touchdown. No, we're not at a touchdown speed. What am I thinking? I'm thinking of a different dial. Let's keep our speed like this. I guess we can do 100 with flaps at 10, but I want to start slowing down. Let's follow this freeway because we're way off from the runway angle. A little bit more throttle. Let's do flaps 20 now. Yeah, it's going to make us float and wiggle around a little bit, of course. I really can't make out this runway. I think it's because the trees go right up to the runway. So I think we're really high because I don't want to run into these trees, but we're going to have to take out a couple. That's just the nature of a simulator. Sometimes you got to take the tops off some trees. Yeah, we're pretty high. We're at a touchdown speed now, which means we're a little slow, but I'm not too worried about it. You can't get much slower with flaps 30, so I'm not terribly worried. I just don't want to do too much damage to the trees. Of course, in real life, this would be probably an impossible approach because we're going to go right through that tree, but I can't really do much about it. I'm trying to go around it, but obviously we're not going around it. Okay, here we go. I assume these trees aren't really here. All right, here we go. We're at our touchdown speed. So I'm just going to come in hot and level off. Do a slight flare. Oh my gosh, this is hard to control with these many flaps. Where's the ground? I think we're pretty high yet. Any day now. Throttle's back. We touched down yet? Where's the runway? Ooh. Alright, reversers here. Because we can. That was about a 300 foot per minute touchdown, which isn't, why did we stop? Why didn't we roll out? What? I guess parking brake was on. That's weird. Okay, whatever. 300 foot per minute drop is not that good. Even on grass, even if you want a firm land. Actually, on grass, that would have been terrible, wouldn't it? Because you want to barely touch that nose wheel. You want to hold off, pull the props. Oh, I can't even talk right now. Just give me a minute. Let me get these flaps in all the way. Anyway, when you're on grass, you want to touch down softly, but then you want to keep the nose wheel up as long as possible. And let it touch down gently and keep the yoke all the way back. Just to keep pressure off the nose wheel, and that's not what I did. So that was a terrible landing. 2 in a row. 2 really bad landings in a row. I guess the previous one wasn't my fault. But this one was. Oh well. This is really awesome though. I like this. Let's just slow down here a little bit. And let's just get out of the way. Get over here to what would be the taxiway, I guess. Wow, look at the sun shining on the side of that mountain up there on the other side of the river. Holy cow. That is amazing. Except for these cartoonish trees right in front of us. That really looks real back there. Alright, now let's have a parking brake. Whoops, what am I doing? Now let's do parking brake. There we go. Let's shut this thing down. First of all, let's stop this clock. 43-minute flight time. Not too bad, longer than I thought it was going to be honest. Let's bring back our props to feather. And let's turn off the fuel. And let's hop up here, and we can turn on our lighting now, turn off our fasten seatbelt, turn some of these things off. And we're not going to taxi, but let's turn the landing lights off. We left them on the whole time. What else do we need to do? That is about it. We can start letting people out while we're shutting down the rest of it here. So let them get out of here. And what are we going to do? We're going to turn our radios off. So we just push that. Oh, that doesn't turn off on this one. That'll turn off though. These will turn off. These will turn off. Will that turn off? It will. I don't know why that won't turn off on this one. Can turn off like that? Nope. Alright, that's going to stay on. Not a problem. What else can we do? Fuel boost and things can come off. And turn off the rest of our lights, which I think I already did. Yes, I did. Let's turn that one off too. We need to hook up the GPU. So let's take out our book. Power, open up some of those things, and then come up here and do external power like that. That can turn off. And open up our door. And what else? I got a few more things up here we can turn off, I guess. We don't need those on. We don't need that on. We don't need that on. And we don't need those on. Nor do we need that on. Alright, cool. Let's hop outside. I think that's all we need to do. Alright. Everybody should have been okay from that landing. I mean, it wasn't the greatest, but I've done worse, and there's been worse in real life. So anyway, you have to check out that nose wheel. Make sure it's okay for the next flight, although we're going to use a different plane for the next flight. But just look at that mountain. Just look at the scenery. So welcome to Hope, British Columbia, Canada. Hope you enjoyed the sightseeing along the way. I certainly did. I certainly enjoyed flying this plane. The sun is about to set. I don't think there's any dinner nearby. I think we have to drive into town, if they even have an Uber around to get us there. But there's a Fraser River. We'll be following that river all the way into Vancouver in the next leg, for the final leg of this 3-part subscriber request. And until then, catch you in the next one.